itago siya.
Okay.
Any background sa sports? Ano ba yung
Okay. For sports? Okay. Mahilig po ako
Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di matatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di matatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Bawat bayan ay sumasaya Kapag may labay nagkakaisa, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba, dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba, dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na. MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na. MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na. MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon,
afternoon, but it still is another beautiful day for Philippine basketball as we continue our MPBL 6th season inside the Nares Sports Arena in Pasig City. You're taking a look at Coach Manu Inigo, the current head coach of the Davao Occidental Tigers. Last year, he was a head coach of the Iloilo United Royals, who, of course, have a new man on the reign at this season. That is Coach MC Abolucion. Coach MC's record is 3-7, and Davao is 8-2 so far in our campaign. So let's see if this would be a big day for the Royals to get a big-time victory in our 6th season. That's our triple header, Iloilo versus Davao Occidental, to be followed by Mindoro taking on Batangas City. And then for our main event, the Rizal Golden Coolers will take on the Pangasinan Heat Waves in neutral ground. Thank you for joining us, folks. This is Mix Gomez at your service alongside the one and the only Wesley Gonzalez. All right, Wes, I talked about the fact that there's one coach who replaced the other here in the MPBL, which means, especially if you're Coach Manu Inigo, you have extra motivation in today's outing.
Yeah, I remember pag natitrade ka, yun yung nangyayari. You have extra motivation playing against your former team, and I think this is the case for Coach Manu. You know, I'm sure he's very connected to this Iloilo team now. He's coaching the Davao. So ito yung dating nito is you would really want to do your best to win this ball game.
Well, to your point, Coach Manu did tell me, pagpasok pa lang ng Davao, pabalik dito sa MPBL, Iloilo agad ang gusto niya makalaro sa ating liga. Now, we do have a couple of surprises in today's outing, and the first surprise will come from our courtside reporter, Mika Abesamis. Mika, what do you have for us?
It's very gloomy outside, but we'll definitely keep the heat inside the Inares Sports Center in Pasig for 3 exciting ball games. And for our first game for Coach Manu Inigo, we all know that he is very familiar with the system of Iloilo. He knows that they will make his boys strong, and he prepared for that. He brought out a weapon in Chris Lalata, a big guy who can definitely run. Para naman kay Coach MC Abolucion, he has been patiently waiting for the composure and maturity of his boys, which he saw against Imus in the second half. And so today, the goal is to keep it simple on offense and defense against the veterans of the Tigers. Migs and Wesley.
There you have it. We have the returning Chris Lalata in the MPBL. The last time that we saw him, for context, Wesley, was back in Season 3. That was before the pandemic in 2019 when he was playing with the Bicol Volcanoes alongside the Ronjay Buenafez of the world. But now, I'll have you break down our North Division standings.
North Division, grabe, makikita mo Pampanga, Nueva Ecija, San Juan, talagang namamayagpag, 9 wins so far in this season. But you know Manila, with the insertion of Greg Slaughter, talagang I have a feeling na angat to. And then you have Pasay, Caloocan, doing their best to just to keep in step with the upper teams like Pampanga and Nueva Ecija. In the South Division, you see here Davao Occidental just keeping in step against Quezon and Zamboanga. Of course, they're the same win-loss record with Batangas, while itong Iloilo naman trying to climb up, going to the upper half of the South Division is very, very important. As you can see, this is a single round robin, pero marami pang laro na lalaroin para sa atin dito.
Well, experience will be a big key for Iloilo in our campaign. But now, we'll get things going for our first matchup. Let's turn you over to Richard Campos.
Channel 98, MPTV Satellite Channel 53, and on Pilipinas Live app. It's the Davao Occidental versus Iloilo of the 2024 Buenas Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 6 presented by Extreme. We get the starters. Let's begin with the MPBL Season 3 Lakan champion, Davao Occidental Tigers, Coco Live. Playing center number 66, Chris Lalata. At guard number 23, June Manzo. Forward number 22, Bam Bam Gamalinda. Starting at guard number 10, TH Tumalip. And at forward number 17, Kenneth Ighalo. The head coach is Manu Inigo. Assistant coaches, Andy Mejos, Noli Mejos, BL Sandalo, Noy Bonleon, and James Bartolome. Team managers are Arvin Bonleon and Joey Protasio. With the Davao Occidental Tigers executive, Mr. Bong Baribar. Now starting for Iloilo United Royals. At forward number 4, RV Berjay. Guard number 6, Shaq Imperial. The other guard number 7, Jason Credo. Playing center number 47, Chadi Rangel. And at forward number 27, CJ Cancino. The head coach is MC Abulucion. His assistants are Japs Kuan Edel Tahorda and Julius Sinon. Coaching consultant is Matt Kuan. The team
The average starting 5 is brought to you by Buenas. It's Shaq Imperial, Jason Credo, Chadi Rangel, RV Verge, and CJ Cancino for Iloilo. And then for Davao Occidental, we have June Manzo, Terence Tumalip, and Kenneth Ighalo playing the 1 to the 3 spots. I left out the 4 and the 5 because we have to tell you guys that Art de la Cruz will not be available in today's game because of a hamstring injury. We're seeing Chris Lalata for the first time back in the MPBL after 3 seasons. And the guy that I leave out is Bam Bam Gamalinda, who is most familiar to Wesley Gonzalez.
Yes, of course, Bam Bam play. I played against this guy for a long time. He's younger than me, pero this guy is a competitor since unbedded days.
You really had to say that he's younger than you, as Kenneth Tumalip scores. Oh, sorry, that was Kenneth Ighalo. Sometimes I get them twisted.
Pareho naman sila magandang lalaki, so wala namang problema about that. I don't think they mind.
That's Terence Tumalip, by the way, and Kenneth Ighalo as the wingers for Davao Occidental. There's a turnover as you take a look at Coach MC Abulucion. 3 and 7 is the record of Iloilo, and Davao Occidental is at 8 and 2. This is Terence Tumalip. Bounce pass onto Ighalo. Kenneth backing down against Jason Credo. Fadeaway shot, too strong. And that's out of bounds in favor of Iloilo. Chris Lalata, actually, after he had a stint with the Bicol Volcanoes, he joined this Davao Occidental franchise as soon as the pandemic happened because it was practically free for all in terms of recruitment for all of our teams. So he's already quite familiar with some of his teammates and staff as CJ Cancino just scored.
Hirap ng ginawa niya na naggalaw. But it was a good move for CJ Cancino early in this part of this ball game.
CJ Cancino is number 6 actually in the league in scoring at 15.8 per ball game. Now we have June Manzo down the middle, kick out, Gamalinda, he will fire and he will score.
Nice fake. It reminds me of a Kobe fake, you know? Parang fake muna and then a long shot and then that's what you get from a Bam Bam Gamalinda.
In terms of the way Bam Bam plays, Shaq Imperial scores, do you really expect him to go longer in terms of his career?
Yes, kasi Bam Bam can play different positions. I mean, he can play the guard, he can play the forward. You know, he can defend a small guy, he can defend a big guy. So, you know, ang rami niyang pwedeng paggamitan. And of course, you know, he has the shooting as well. So, yung longevity nandyan kay Bam Bam, it's just a matter of him, you know, taking care of his body.
Well, we are very happy to have Bam Bam Gamalinda in the league. Same goes for Terence Tumalip, who just misfired. And now this 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Bam Bam Gamalinda, versatile as he is, able to convert from downtown. We're back with CJ Cancino off of his spin. No bounce, rebound Bam Bam. June Manzo, screen by Lalata. Manzo, signature floater, too strong, but there's the cleanup by Chris Lalata.
That's what you get from a Chris Lalata. You know, getting the offensive rebounds and another opportunity para dito naman sa Davao.
Oh, he was such a nice tool back in his days with the MPBL. Ito si Chris Lalata. Kind of reminds me of Simon Sadagon, currently at the Quezon Huskers. Gabanal would even describe him as an ideal big man that anyone could have in the MPBL. So let's see if Lalata would do the same for Davao as he scores again.
Good recognition by June Manso, reading that ball screen well. You know, Lalata just keeping himself available. 4 points for this guy.
Ikaw, Wesley, how would you describe your ideal big man?
Well, in today's game, parang you can do whatever the guards can do. You should be doing it.
Okay.
You can put the ball. You should be able to put the ball on the floor. You should be able to defend the small guy. So, yun yung parang kailangan na ngayon in this kind of game.
So basically, parang Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Parang gano'n. Tapos may shooting pa.
Yeah. RV Berjay has a touch as well. He is a big man for Iloilo. 2 points for him. 9-6 is the tally. 3.5 minutes gone by. June Manzo still has the basketball. Looking for Kenneth Ighalo against Jason Credo. Pinapalabas si Terence Tumalib. Now it's Bambam backing down. Gamalinda turns around. That's a good-looking jumper. There's no bounce for him. Back with Cancino. He escapes. Sorry, miss. One more chance. RV Berjay from downtown.
He's feeling it. 5 straight points para naman dito kay Berjay. Medyo broken play na wala na nangyari, pero he was able to make something out of that.
That's the first 3-pointer of Iloilo, matching the output of Davao. Gamalinda misfires, and there's a foul on the loose ball. I've been mentioning the record of the United Royals. They have 3 wins, but they all came against teams with losing records. In fact, Imus Bacolod and Bicolandia are the 3 worst teams that we have in the MPBL right now. So if they could get a victory versus Davao, then this would definitely be their statement game.
Yes, this is a good statement game for them to prove that they really include in this league. Kasi syempre yung tatlong tinalo nila, as a team you expect to beat them as well. Yeah. And kumbaga yun yung opportunity mo for you to get some wins.
Already a 3rd done in our 6th season, and on the high-low play there was a foul called. It's on RV Berjay. We're about to see CJ Katapusan for the first time in this game alongside Mark Sarangay. It is 11-9, halfway done in the opening quarter. Baseline inbound for Kenneth Ighalo. Gamalinda, short, although he's been getting his shots up.
Ganda yung mga tira ni Bam Bam, hindi lang pumapasok. But it's a well-executed play kanina. It's a the screener play for Davao.
Gamalinda is 1 out of 4 now from the field. June Manzo was just called for his first foul. So now we have Dariel Baila checking in. Another one of those guys coming from the PBA, whether it's from the 5-on-5 scene or the 3x3 scene. Now, Coach Manu did tell me, maganda na marami silang galing sa PBA, so experienced players. Pero ang pinagkaiba, role players sila sa PBA. So dito, mas marami silang tanggap ng bola at doon nagkakaroon ng adjustment ng players niya.
Yes, exactly, because yung kumbaga as a role player, you're supposed to do your role. So kumbaga whatever the role is, yun yung kailangan i-master nila.
Yes.
And parang as a young player, I don't think it should be concentrated on the scoring only, not only on the stats. Kumbaga, if you're a role player, might as well do your role best. Kasi it will do good for you. And depende rin yan sa gusto ng team. So, pero going back to your question, malaking adjustment yan. Siyempre, mas sanay dito, they will need to score, they will need to operate by themselves. Pero doon kasi parang, pagtanggap ko ng bola, kailangan ko ng magandang screen, or I need to make sure that I give this ball to this guy, or I make him free. So, it's a big adjustment, but, these players are pros. So, they can make the adjustments well and fast.
And the good thing is, Shaq Imperial is at the stripe. The good thing is, Davao has June Manzo. And June Manzo will never shy away from that basketball. He could be that guy to set things up for his ex-PBA teammates who were once upon a time the role players, now turning out to be better stars in the MPBL.
And then he, of course, June Manso will, he will be the one to dictate how to make these guys play with him.
Manzo just called out the play, and here's Baila against CJ Katapusan. 12-9 is the tally. Manzo, a lot of space, and he gets the bounce.
Good screen. Made a good screen para kay Ighalo. Got that down screen and a 3-point shot pumasok para dito kay Manso, pero bigla agad binawian ng Iloilo yung tira na yun.
Shaq Imperial with his first three-pointer. He's perfect from the field so far. His only miss came from the stripe. And here's Kenneth Ighalo stepping back. That's a mismatch. Ighalo will fire. Off to the right. Rebound Imperial. And here's CJ Cancino. Cross-court pass. Jason Credo for three.
Good pass, good find, good shot. Iloilo, 18-12.
That's the Katipunan connection of Iloilo. One's from UP and one is from Ateneo. Later on, I'll ask you more questions about that, Wesley, because it is such a theme for Iloilo, who even have the former Lasalista, Mark Nonoy, about to check in. But now we have Davao with possession. Ighalo was fouled. Okay, since we have the time, I can ask you now. Ikaw ba, yung mga former rivals mo sa UAAP, nung naging kalaban, nung naging kakampi mo na sila sa PBA, or maybe in another league, was it an adjustment for you? Dahil nga, dati, kumbaga, meron kang prejudice against them eh.
Hindi masyado kasi parang for me, you just created more bond with them. Parang, yes, you play against them, pero, going to the practices with them, going to the battles with them, it's a good experience, and it just solidifies your bond.
Oh, that's good to hear. And actually, Jason Credo would attest to it as RB Berjay just got fouled. Sabi nga niya, dati kilala niya sina CJ Cancino, sina Mark Nonoy na intense on the court. Pero ngayon, alam niya na kung gaano sila kakulit off the court. Which, as you said, is an extra bonding moment for them. But the thing is, the chemistry will have to translate on the court.
Yes, but it's very important that these players spend time off the court, because yung banyo off the court will also translate on court. And you would see that, and that's why coaches try to build relationships with these players off the court.
Well, the guy who just shot free throws, RB Berjay, is from Ateneo as well. You have another guy from UP and CJ Katapusan. And the other guy is Clint Doliguez, who is from San Beda. As now, Clint could not get the board. Instead, the ball went to Credo. Jason is on the run. Credo all the way. He's blocked by Dariel Baila.
I think he hit himself on that
the chair,
which is, I think, shouldn't be there.
That might have been the chair of the cameraman.
Yes.
Well, syempre, kung ikaw yung cameraman, ang hiilag mo ay yung camera.
Iilag mo muna yung sarili mo, then yung camera, and then yung upuan. I think that's the hierarchy.
And here's what happened. The block, that was clean. Ayun. Everything happened so fast. Obviously, nothing intentional. And it doesn't seem to be the hardest of falls, but Jason Credo is still on the ground.
And he's holding onto his knee, which is not a good sight to see. I mean, you would want to see him stand up right away.
Mika actually is giving us some signs right now that Jason Credo is not looking okay. He might be done for this game. Just didn't see it in his reaction, his facial expression.
Yeah, he's holding onto his knee.
And he's not moving at all.
And I think we have to address, whatever's happening with with Jason Credo before we resume.
Okay, he's hopping right now. The struggle is at the right leg, most likely with his knee. We still haven't seen him take a step with it. So Mika is going to be giving us a report about that later on, but let's see the replay again. Oh, it's actually the ankle.
The ankle. Okay.
As now Iloilo just scored. CJ Katapusan getting those 2 points. This is Kurt Lohera with all of his speed, driving and kicking to James Martinez, who now fires and misses. Mark Nonoy, another fast player. Tried to go at it quickly. Shaq Imperial, who's by the way not yet at 100% because of a recurring injury. He will fire and miss with that air ball.
A good challenge by James Martinez at that time.
It is 22-15 with 2 minutes and 14 remaining in the opening frame. Mark Sarangay. On to the left, this is Kurt Lohera against Mark Nonoy. 2 former Lasalistas. Also with the same jersey number, by the way. Kurt Lohera getting fouled.
That time, hindi masyadong maganda yung movement nitong Davao Occidental. But at least they were able to get a foul and 2 free throws para dito kay Lohera.
Down by 7. Lohera coming off the bench. Will miss on his first gimme. In the season, he averages 5 points, 3 boards, and 2 dimes in 13 minutes of play. This guy is also an ex-PBA player. He was actually a former teammate of Chris Lalata when they were with Phoenix. Imperial up top, onto Katapusan. Doliguez, Tapasha turns around and misses. Numbers for Davao. Martinez to the left. Engyo. Back with Lohera against Gwyn Capasio. 90 seconds before the end of 1. Bounce pass. Baila, tough shot, and he makes it.
Very tough angle para dito kay Baila, but he was still able to make that shot.
22-18. Jack Imperial. To Clint Doliguez. 3-pointer. Too strong. Good box out by Mark Sarangay.
So far, both teams are parang playing lang on the motion, trying to see, trying to size up their defense. But so far, wala masyadong nangyayari.
We're seeing that bucket by CJ Cancino. And now we have our lucky fans of the game brought to you by Buenas. In terms of playing along the motion of the game, we've only seen a total of 6 fast break points so far. But this is a good opportunity for Iloilo. Off of their steal. Rodriguez could not control the leather. Medyo mabilis ang pangyayari.
Oo, hindi pa naka-set up masyado, and then of course parang both teams parang nagkakapaan so far in this latter part of the first quarter.
30 seconds. Kurt Lohera, the pull-up. That's good.
Lohera with 3 points. But, yung takbo nila, yung opensa didn't really move from side to side. But luckily, they were able to get that jumper.
I was about to say, the moment that he got up, it already looked good for Kurt Lohera. As off of the miss by Nonoy, we're back with Davao Occidental. 5 seconds. James Martinez fires. Off to the right. And that's going to do it for our opening frame. As Wesley mentioned, our 2 teams just went by the flow. And they went by their systems. It is a high-scoring ball game, right?
Yes, a pretty good scoring for a half for both teams. But of course, you would want to see more quality movement. But so far, itong Davao Occidental in that instance, connection Manso between Lalata, napakaganda.
This is the first game of Chris Lalata back in the MPBL, so welcome back to him. But as for Jason Credo and Iloilo, they're looking for their statement game of the season so far. This end of the first quarter score is brought to you by Game X Sports, the official online basketball ending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, Game X.
You're still watching the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Jason Credo is still in pain with his right knee. The PTs are still with him, but he has not said much since he fell. He just said, nabigla ako. So prayers for his recovery today. Now, going against a powerhouse like Davao, Coach MC Abolucion would like to try and get the safest options for both offense and defense. This way, maiiwasan ang gigil ng young boys niya. They will be able to think and communicate without a lot of complicated plays. He appreciates the efforts of the key players, but would like to see more from RV Berjay and CJ Katapusan. On RV, he would like to see him maximize his potential on defense besides his offense. Kay CJ naman, coming from last season when it was mostly him and Flores only, gusto makita ni Coach MC na ngayon na mas marami siyang kasama. How would he deal with the spacing, the rotation of the ball? Things that would definitely contribute to team effort more than his individual capacity. Migs Wesley.
That is definitely a good reminder for us as James Martinez scores inside. CJ Katapusan was such a staple in the lineup of Iloilo last year to the point that he was scoring close to 30 points for his squad. Yeah, he had a different role alongside Josh Flores. But let me go back to the injury of who's the guy that fell down? It was Credo,
Jason
right?
Credo.
So sabi ni Mika, tuhod nga ang problema.
Tuhod ba? Parang from the video that we saw, from the replay that we saw, it was the ankle.
But Mika said it was the knee.
Oh.
And he was holding on to the knee.
Yes.
So it might have been both.
So, you know, prayers for Jason Credo. Sana hindi naman ganun kagrabe yung kanyang injury. But, you know, as a player, you would want to see him just twist his ankle rather than, you know, hold on to his knee. Because, you know, when you're holding to your knee, it's a much bigger problem.
Credo did start well in this game with 5 points. More importantly, he was a +5 on the floor. But now we have a deadlock, 22-all, and Doliges just lost the ball. Things are looking a bit slippery for him at his start for this game. 2 turnovers for him. Jay Javilosa is now in the game, by the way. He's defending Yukien Andrada, another former 3x3 player in the PBA. Which, by the way, reminds me, we can expect an influx of PBA 3x3 players to come into the MPBL, especially come that window.
Oh, kasi medyo indefinitely yung absence or yung paghinto nitong 3x3. So we expect to see, you know, these players play for this league, and you know, I think that's a very good welcome.
Yeah.
You know, because syempre yung talent level tataas na naman.
Well, if you think about it, we do have a lot of MPBL players who went to the 3x3. So we'll welcome them back here in our beloved league as Jay Javilosa makes his first gimme. That's his first point in this game. Recently, nakita natin sa Pampanga si Lervin Flores making his debut as this free throw brought to you by Extreme Appliances is missed by Javilosa. Extreme, by the way, ay ang ating subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. There's Jason Credo. Let's hope that he will be able to recover soon with that knee and ankle injury as well. Balik tayo kay CJ Cancino. Onto CJ Katapusan. Nice bounce. Javilosa on the recovery. Back to CJ from the corner. Misfiring. No putback for Doliges. Another chance. Clint. Basket and one.
Second serving para dito kay Doliges. Doon pa pumasok. Mas mahirap, mas maganda para sa kanya.
At least he has a chance to score more off of one possession. There's the hard work by Clint Doliges, who I did mention struggled a bit handling that basketball in the earlier parts. Couple more substitutions here. Marco Lion checking in as you get to see the numbers of Clint Doliges. Lalata has returned. RV Berjay will also make his return. And we also have Dave Arana about to check in. Dave Arana, by the way, before this game was playing one-on-one with BJ Simon. Simon is out because of rest, so there's nothing major about him. But it's good to see him warming up. And he was dripping, by the way. He was sweating a lot against Dave Arana, who in turn continues to learn a lot from the veteran himself.
Yeah, when you play against these veterans, you know, miski one-on-one or just, you know, being in practice, marami kang mapipick up sa kanila eh.
I wonder what else these new guys can pick up from you, Wes, kung naglalaro ka pa nowadays.
Feeling ko wala na. Sasabihin ko, wala na kayong makukuha sa akin. Sorry, guys.
Kaya dito na lang siya, analyst na lang para sa ating liga. 26-22, our Beaver J. Looking for Cancino. Good defense by Mark Olayon. Crashed onto our staff. Off of the scramble. There's the pass to Rodriguez. 5 on the shot clock. Cancino will fire. That's good. Yeah, but there will be an official's timeout. Because Mark Olayon almost destroyed some equipment on the sideline.
So, yun ang magiging rason.
At least you have time to show you this 3-point shot brought to you by Extreme One Stop Shop Appliances. Wala naman pong nasira. Inayos lang ng staff natin ng mga gamit na natamaan. Good effort though by Olayon.
Yes, and good effort by Iloilo. You know, just getting that loose ball, eventually that 3-pointer. Kumbaga nag-scramble na yung depensa nitong Davao because, you know, they were running after the ball, hindi nila nakuha. But of course, yung nalibre itong si Cancino, and, you know, another 3-pointer for them.
Let's see the tally in terms of 3-pointers in this game. It is now 29-22, and we've seen a total of 7 3-pointers, 4 coming from Iloilo. By the way, we mentioned after the first frame that the scoring has been decent. And usually that's not the case when you're playing against Davao Occidental, because Davao is the #1 defensive team in the league. They only give up an average of 66 points per game.
So if you're giving 66 points, you want to break that down to 33 per half, and that's like, you know, 16 per
5 minutes
for one quarter. So parang ganun lang yung takbo ng laro na gusto mo. If you're Davao and if you allowed itong Iloilo to score 22, you're way above dun sa average na dapat na kailangan ito lang ma-score nila.
And even in terms of half a quarter, Iloilo's now at 7 points, which has already surpassed the half a quarter output versus Davao by average. It is now 29-22. Well, let me check that. Half a quarter, the full quarter 16. Now it's at 7. So papunta na.
Papunta na.
With a minute and 23 remaining before the 5-minute mark. I'm sorry for all the mathematics happening. But that's how it is right now. And Mark Nonoy is not looking good. Actually, kanina pa yan eh. Nung nasa sahig siya, when Olayon went to our scorer's table, he was already holding on to his head.
Merong iniinda itong si Mark Nonoy, plus, you know, Jason Credo just injured his leg. So not a good news for Iloilo, but, you know, the good news is they're still leading 7 points versus Davao.
To add to that, Mark Olayon stepped out of bounds, so the Royals will get possession once again. 29-22, CJ Cancino will fire. Short, rebound, Andrada. We're back with June Manzo. Screen by Lalata. Manzo down the middle. Behind the back, that's a foul. Closeout was a bit late by CJ Cancino.
Very aggressive si June Manso, just attacking the basket. Pero ang galing din niya, is very shifty. You know, he was blocked, going to the left, went to his right, got that floater. Meron siyang 2 free throws.
Manzo's averages 9 points and 3.5 assists per game at 65% free throw shooting. He is the senior of CJ Cancino as a UP Fighting Maroon. Kahit hindi sila nag-abot, na-mention naman daw ni CJ na madalas pa rin bumalik si Jun Manzo sa UP campus, even visiting them in their dorms. So they would have some moments here and there. Cancino, cross-court pass to his senior. And Manzo is on the break. Jun Manzo on to Dave Arana. Straight line, three-pointer.
Good read by Manzo. Just kita niyo yung defense ni Arana nandun sa block. So he was able to make that pass. Three-pointer. As you see, libreng-libre yung tira ni Arana.
Dave Arana just scored his first 3 points in this game. We were talking about the defense of Davao just a while ago. It seems like they have improved it quite lately. It's now 29-27. Let's talk about the previous game of Davao Occidental. They were able to defeat the Val City team and actually happened in Valenzuela. So that was a very impressive win.
And you know, Davao just cruised to that win early on the first quarter, or first half pa lang, nakuha na nila yung kalamangan. And of course, you know, talagang they just dominated this Val City team maski nandun sila sa territory ni Valenzuela.
It's 3 straight victories already, by the way, for Coach Manu Inigo and company. Can they make it 4 as Iloilo is looking for back-to-back wins on the other end? Clint Duliges misfires. Rebound Marco Lyon. This is a chance for Davao to give us a deadlock or maybe even get the lead. Jun Manzo off of the switch for the lead. In and out. Good tap by Cancino. This is Imperial. Shaq pulls up. One-hander, no good. Cancino on the recovery.
That's when you talagang bumaba yung opensa nitong Iloilo. That's why they got the numbers, got that rebound, two-pointer para sa kanila.
It is now 31-27. That answers the mini run of Davao Occidental before the timeout by Coach MC Abolucion. Marco Lyon from downtown. I actually covered that guy, Wes, when he was in UE. Itong si Marco Lyon, and he was definitely getting tested with his shooting ability. He's not really that type to catch and shoot. He actually plays like a point guard, more of a playmaker than a scorer. RV Berjay leans in and scores.
Good recognition, 9 points across his name, just sweep it to the right. Little jump hook. Another 2 points for Berjay.
Our courtside reporter, Mika Abisamis, did say that the head coach of Iloilo did want to see better contribution from RB Berjay among their other bigs. As now we get to see the rebounding story, 25-13 in favor of the Royals. Second chance scoring, 17-2 as Dave Arana scores inside.
Good patience para dito kay Arana.
33-32. Doliges almost traveled. This is Jay Havilosa for 3. Off to the right. Back with Davao to try to get the lead again. Jun Manzo. There's a whistle blown, a charge. Sayang yun.
Sayang na sayang yun, but I want to see kung sino yung natawagan ng offensive foul. But you know, I would like to see that na talagang you are fighting for that position and you're freeing up your guards.
I think it was Andrada.
Andrada. So, you know, as a big man, you always want to keep your man busy, and that's what Andrada did.
Yeah.
But I think it was a little too much. That's why natawagan siya.
All right, so we go back Iloilo's way off of that charge by Yukien, who, by the way, has sat down. RV Berjay, a basket away from double figures. 10 on the shot clock. CJ Cancino will fire again. Off to the left. Nice rebound by Imperial, and he was fouled by Manzo.
Good read. Kita niya na yung tira na yun hindi pa pasok. He was able to read where the ball's going. Got that offensive rebound. Then another possession para sa kanila.
Couple of subs here for Davao Occidental. Mark Sarangay, Kenneth Ighalo, and Kurt Lohera. Now join Dave Arana and Mark Olayon. Olayon could be the point guard moving forward. Let's see if it would be him or Kurt Lohera. CJ Cancino unable to score. So it's Lohera playing point. Screen by Sarangay. They go to Olayon. Mark going left, strong side. Back to the other lefty. Lohera lost the ball. He recovers and misses.
Good defense para naman dito sa Iloilo. Just keeping in step against this, Davao Occidental offense.
33-32. Bam Bam Gamalinda gets ready to check in, but referee Jovet Ofemia just stopped the play. I wonder what it is about. Well, there might be a warning on the coaching staff of Davao. Coach Manu is just hearing about it.
Warning on Davao Occidental Tigers assistant coach for unsportsmanlike behavior.
Okay, so it's to an assistant of Coach Manu Inigo. Just a warning, no technical fouls.
Nadadala lang ng emosyon, siyempre.
Nakamarka nga eh, itong game na ito para sa kanila.
Gusto nilang talunin itong Iloilo.
RV Berjay drives and misses. No foul as well. And here come the Tigers. Kenneth Ighalo. Onto the left, Dave Arana. Three-pointer. Yes, sir.
Good pass by Ighalo, pero Bam Bam Gamalinda nasa loob. Just sealed. Kinuha niya yung depensa ng libreng tira para kay Arana.
More importantly, Davao Occidental has regained the lead. Although once upon a time they led by as many as 5 in this game, they trailed by as many as 7. A miss by Iloilo, ball out of bounds.
Imperial just settling on the outside shot.
We have a timeout for the team who has the advantage. 34-33. First, let's see that beautiful play. You mentioned Bam Bam Gamalinda's ceiling, and that eliminated the defender. Oh, that's a two-pointer for Dave Arana, who got another defender in Jack Imperial trying to close out against him. To no avail. 34-33. Let's talk about Shaq Imperial versus Imos. Great numbers.
Great numbers, 20 points, 8 of 13, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 10 points in the third quarter. Yun yung best player of the game para dito kay Shaq Imperial. And of course, itong Iloilo would want to get another win. Coming off that Imos win, win. So they want to build it up, and so far they're doing well. They're only down by 1 point. Feeling ko naman they're still dictating the tempo of the game.
But then again, they want a statement win. They've only defeated the bottom 3 teams in the MPBL in Bacolod, Bicolandia, and Imos. This is Mark Sarangay onto Kenneth Ighalo. He drives, hangs, and scores.
Ang hirap nung ginawa ng Kenneth Ighalo. Nandun lahat ng tao on her right side, but he's very strong to the right. That's why he drove to that right, made that layup, and 2 points para sa kanya.
36-33 now. Momentum for Davao. Good defense by Lohera. And now Kurt calls out the play. Screen by Bam Bam. Malinda up top, a lot of space and time. Too easy.
Good recognition by Lohera, but you have to thank Mark Sarangay for that screen. Libreng-libre. Itong tira ni Tito Bam Gamalinda.
You had to say it. There's the three-pointer by Tito Bam Gamalinda. And that extends the lead to 6 points, the biggest in this game for Davao Occidental. This is actually a usual struggle for Iloilo as we see that beautiful up and under play by Kenneth Ighalo. When the Royals tend to face adversity, they're really challenged with their youth here in the MPBL. Let's see if they can recover. Back with Davao versus Iloilo. It is now a 6-point advantage for the Tigers. How concerning is this for US?
Well, you know, Davao is a very strong team. At alam naman natin, very experienced. Yet, you know, you don't want to be, you know, giving that tempo to Davao. And it's, you know, the good thing about it is, you know, papatapos na tayo ng second quarter and you're going to the next half. If you're Iloilo, you want a better the third quarter to keep in step with this Davao team.
At least they got the basket by Gab Gomez on the other end to trim the lead down to 4. There's a foul called on CJ Cancino as he was trying to defend Kenneth Ighalo. Cancino, by the way, has great numbers. 7 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists in 15 minutes of play. But now Coach Manu Inigo will take his turn calling for time. We have a little over 20 seconds remaining before halftime as we take a look at our play of the game, brought to you by Buenas. That's such a nice move by Kenneth Ighalo. We'll take a short break. Babalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. It is 39-35 in favor of Coach Manu Inigo and the rest of Davao Occidental against their former team of Iloilo in our beloved league. 21 seconds remaining. This is a sideline inbound for Kurt Lohera. He goes to Bam Bam. Malinda onto Ighalo. And there's a traveling violation.
Good defense para dito kay Capasio. Kanina na-drivean siya ni Ighalo. Yung making sure to cover his right because Ighalo is very strong to the right when he drives.
By the way, Coach Manu obviously was unhappy about it because that was off of his timeout.
Exactly.
So now, Terrence Tumalip. TH checking in for Dave Arana. We just saw Mark Nonoy, by the way. He's inside the game. Shaki Perel had to count how many Iloilo players are in. Yes, he's a part of the 5. Mark Nonoy playing it fast. Wow, what a move.
Grabe yung bilis niya in that contact with
steal.
Capasio getting that steal and another 2-pointer para dito sa Iloilo.
Half-court heave. Short. What a finish by Iloilo.
Well, 4-point swing para dito sa Iloilo. You know, it started with the Mark Nonoy drive and then Gwen Capasio just stealing that ball from the Davao. So, you know, magandang katapusan to for Iloilo.
So, we have a deadlock at halftime. At 39 all, this score is brought to you by GameX Sports. the official online basketball ending partner of the MPBL, Basta Ending Game X. Now we present to you our top 10 plays of the week.
Brought to you by GameX, the official online ending partner of the MPBL.
What a shot!
The first and original online basketball ending.
Oh, what a shot in spite of struggling. Look at this one. Crossover between, stop on a dime, double clutch in midair, bottom.
It rattles that one in.
Manalang. Screen by Tyrone. Robbie onto Carlo. Lastimoso will drive. He loves that.
Ooh,
wow! JR Kaasi with a rejection.
Not just the basket, it's how you stop that attack. Look at here. Carlo drives. Oh, right there. JR Kaasi says, no, not this time.
Shot also from
Bonifacio.
Oh, Sleet, what a move! Ganado si Patrick Sleet.
Oo.
Check out this goal from Patrick Sleet. Spin, gather and the spin, and the finish right there, 2 points. And he's got 4 in the ballgame.
Not Manzo ahead to Montero. Montero goes to the baseline. Reverse layup. He's good. Para kay Joshua Montero.
How about that shot? Too deep inside, but still able to put enough English to that finish. Akala mo wala na siyang pupuntahan dun eh, no?
Exactly.
Nagawan pa ng paraan.
I was very surprised that he went up for that reverse.
Dalawang matitinding defense.
Thomas Torres with the rebound. Rodel Gravera, watch out! Oh! Rodel Gravera!
Highlight!
The runway cleared, and he took off and finished with authority. Rodel Gravera.
Tapena has a mismatch underneath. He has Torres. Highlight.
Yes, stuffs it home. Tiningnan pa yung depensa eh. Ano, cha-challenge ba to? But no way. Rodel Gravera. Slaughter. That's Beichong. CBC. The ball on the deck.
Oh, man! That's done.
Greg Slaughter with a two-handed jam. Welcome to the MPBL, Greg Zilla. Jamming that one home with authority.
He had 2 big men on him, on Carl Brian Cruz, and really just left that entire side of the floor to Greg.
3-point lead for Quezon City. Watch out for the three-pointer para dito sa Batangas. MJ for 3. Yes! 5.5 seconds remaining. Are. Gustong bumawi. Paeng misses. And we are going to overtime. Are goes down on that pick, and MJ De La Virgen straight and through with that three-pointer to tie the game. That was a good 6 feet from the line.
Oo.
Sarao against Gabayni. Oh, what a move. What a move. What a move.
Has to be in the top 10. Excellent footwork by Sarao. Oh, we gotta see it not only once, but twice. This is just a masterpiece. Spin, fake, spin, up and under.
That's a buenas play of the game. JP Sarap.
Actually, may gumagawa rin yan sa side ng Bulacan eh. Kaya lang si Paulo Hubalde din.
And he turns it over here. Ubalde looks tired. Manligues will sky and score!
Flex it over Manligues. What a move!
We definitely do have to see that one more time. Between the legs at may oras pa para magtimpla ng kape sa ere. Daryl Manligues. What a sequence coming from Valenzuela's starting point guard. Take a look at that again. 0-3 in motion.
8 here in the period. Slate. Strip. Agawan sa bola. Rayson has it. Ahead to Gozum. Cortesa. Baltasar! Sigal Convention Center.
Great setup there by Miggy Cortesa. Ang ganda ng pass back sa Del.
Here it is. You can hear the crowd roaring after this dunk by Justin Baltasar. The Giant Lanterns up by 4. 2:33 remaining in the third.
It is halftime for Iloilo and Davao Occidental. And we are back to square one. 39-all is the tally after that 6-0 late run by CJ Cancino and the rest of Iloilo by the end of the second frame. Wesley, our numbers.
Well, if you can see here, itong Iloilo, you wouldn't expect them to have a, more attempts in this basket. Pero, they have 40 against Davao who only have 33. Pero pareho silang merong 15 made field goals. You look at the disparity of the three-pointer. It's 4-6. It's only 2-point difference. Pero itong Iloilo, I think they're just capitalizing, on those offensive rebounds that they have. They have 27 rebounds compared to this 18 of Davao. And of course, the 20 to 12 inside points.
It's great that you highlighted the rebounding story because on the offensive glass, out of the 27 10 came from the offensive end for the United Royals. As we take a look at the leading scorers of Davao Occidental, Dave Arana leads the way with 7. And on the other end, for Iloilo, it's RV Berjay with 9. CJ Cancino has had a great overall game, by the way, of 7 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists so far. But back to that rebounding story for Iloilo. Coming into this game, their third worst in the league in second chance scoring, only averaging 11 points per game. But in this game, they already have 17.
Well, malaking bagay yan. You can see yung testament na kay gustong-gusto nilang manalo. It's, getting that offensive rebound is more of wanting it. It's the energy rather than, the style.
It's 39-all, as I mentioned, and we have Davao Occidental with possession. This is Tumalip working with Bam Bam. Gamalinda misfiring, and on the box out, there was a foul called. Multiple players got tangled up.
Oh, hindi ko alam kung sino ang natawagan doon eh. Kasi Cancino was there. I think Duligas was there. So, medyo nagbuhol-buhol sila.
It seems like it's Cancino called for it. He was subbed out. He has 3 fouls. So that could spell trouble for Iloilo as DH Tumalip scores.
Yeah, malaking bagay si Cancino in this Iloilo squad. As you mentioned, maganda yung contribution na 7 points, 7 rebounds kagad in 15 minutes of play. Pero, he's hounded by 3 fouls so far in this ball game.
41-39, back with the Tigers. June Manzo setting up the offense. They go to Kenneth Ighalo. Off of that mismatch, he scores.
He wants that post offense against Gomez, and he was able to capitalize on it.
Even though there was the help, it wasn't a problem for Mr. Ighalo against Jadi Rangel. Now he switched onto him as RB Berjay scores inside.
The hesitation move para kay Berjay, 11 points across his name. Siya yung kumbaga yung player na very consistent in this ball game for Iloilo.
That's 11 points for RB. He's the leading scorer in the whole matchup, by the way. And that's answering to the call of Coach MZ Abulucion, as mentioned by Mika Abesamis. Tito Bam Bam Gamalinda from downtown.
Good read by Manso. Nakita niya yung depensa ni Bam Bam. Medyo nagsag off. Got that confidence. Pangatlong 3-pointer na ata ni Tito Bamba.
On the other end, a quick answer by Gab Gomez.
Gab Gomez meron ng 4 na puntos. Ito, ngayon lang, lately lang ito pinasok eh, di ba?
Right.
The last part of the second quarter.
I think it was because of that Mark Nonoy incident where he hit his head. That's why Gab Gomez is still on the floor. And we haven't seen any sign of Mark Nonoy so far in this quarter. Let's see that replay. Oh, this is a champion after all. For Ateneo, by the way.
Yes, I remember he played that very nice game in the finals.
Was it game 3 against UP?
Oh, basta very important yung role ni Gomez in that final series.
46-43, Imperial able to score. And remember, we featured him in the first half. It was the third quarter in their previous game when he had such a nice performance.
Oo, itong si Shaq Imperial. Ngayon nagpapakilala in third quarter nga, as you mentioned, 10 points in that last game. So, he's a marked man for this Iloilo squad.
June Manzo answers back on the other end with a layup. So it's a back and forth. Oh, almost a nice steal there by June Manzo. And he's claiming that it's last touch Imperial, but there won't be any challenge.
Gusto ko yung usapan ni senyasa ni June Manzo and Coach Manu Inigo, because he was signaling last touch ni Imperial, pero nung sumenya si Coach Manu, i-replay, sabay biglang
binawi.
Coach binawi. Pero yung ganda ng dynamics nung the player coach it's really a good, the good communication, the tandem, the camaraderie between these guys.
Kaya naman napatawa na lang si Coach Manu Inigo as we're back with June Manzo. 48-47. Manzo bounces. Lalata, what a move! Wow!
Parang hindi nagpahinga to no? Parang feeling ko niloloko lang tayo nila lahat
Oh, he did come from the PBA, so he has always been in good condition. 50-47. I want to see a replay of that move later on as Katapusan almost turned the ball over.
Yeah, he got that right jab. So he faked his man to the right, went to his left.
First, we have our fast break of the game brought to you by New Star. Win to the max. That's Rodriguez on the catch, able to contest the defense of Chris Lalata, and he prevailed. Sideline inbound for Shaq Imperial. This is Gab Gomez. On to Clint Rodriguez. Rodriguez drives, but he was fouled.
Medyo masikip na nga yung opensa ng Iloilo at that time, but he was able to get a foul para dito sa Iloilo.
Here's the move. That was one heck of a sidestep. How would you call that move?
Parang sa actually sidestep, pero I think what the initial part was yung talagang nakakuha nung fake is parang he was going to his right, then he moved to his left.
Yeah.
He got that comfortable space with that, a reverse layup.
And it all happened so fast for Chris Lalata. I'm gonna bring out a name. I'm not sure if you would agree, but to me, as RB Berche just scored off the glass and in. But to me, that move of Lalata, who had that bit of a jab before the 1-2 step, it reminded me of Mark Telan. Remember what he did before? He would hop before he would sidestep.
Yes, and I think, since you mentioned Mark Telan, I think in this kind of game, he would really, do well. Kasi he's a big man who can shoot from the outside, can put the ball on the floor. But at that time, hindi yung big man pattern na hinahanap ng sistema ng basketball.
Although he was able to use it a lot back in the day. 52-50, Gab Gomez, screened by RV Berge. Nice pass by Gab. Rodriguez all day, off to the right. Rebound Manzo, no numbers. Manzo taking his time. Now he leans in. Off to the left, ball tapped and recovered by Iloilo. 2-on-1. Imperial passes. Gomez onto the trailer, and CJ Katapusan will score.
Such a nice pass. Very unselfish play by Gab Gomez at that time. Akala ko inilayup na niya because he had that layup already, pero nakita niya si Katapusan just trailing off that fast break.
That's 4 points now in this game for CJ Katapusan. In 13 minutes of play, Terrence Tumalip will get the bounce.
Pinatalbog muna ng 2 beses bago ipinasok.
A steal. TH on the move. TH Tumalip is feeling it.
5 straight points. Totaling of 7 points para dito kay Tumalip.
That's a nice sequence for Davao Occidental. They have built a 5-point advantage once again. Their biggest was at 6. RV Berge could not answer back. The Tigers are back at it. Kenneth Ighalo, short. Although it was really straight.
Could have been, very mga sakit nung kung pumasok yun para sa Iloilo.
Shaq Imperial, 3.5 minutes behind the back. Berge could not control the ball. Counter by June. 3-on-4 action. Manzo stopped by Doliges, and he will wait for his teammates. There's the matchup again. June Manzo, layup, yes!
Signaling na kain itong si Doliges.
Well, it is merienda time after all. Lynn Doliges answering back on the other end.
Very fast-paced game between these two squads, Davao Occidental, Iloilo. But you know, I'm really liking what I'm seeing here. Doliges just going hard to the basket, getting that foul off Ighalo. Meron pa siyang kasamang free throw.
Scoring in this quarter is 20-15 in favor of Davao Occidental. Let me remind you that not only do we have 3 minutes remaining in the third frame, but Davao is the #1 defense in the league. They only allow 66 points per game. So Iloilo is well on pace to surpass that.
Oh, kumbaga, very uncharacteristic for Davao to be allow itong Iloilo to score 55 points already.
59-55. James Martinez is back. And he's working with Dariel Baila, Mark Sarangay, Dave Arana, and Kurt Lohera. Here's Baila. Onto the left, Arana. Bounce pass to Kurt. Lohera backing down. James Martinez going left. Lohera for 3. Short. Good tap by Javilosa. But there's the recovery by Kurt Lohera.
Very hard angle by Lohera.
On the other end, Mark Nonoy just played it like a football move. No travel called, and he was a recipient of some contact. Foul called on James Martinez.
Hindi ko alam kung sa sobrang bilis ni Mark Nonoy.
Let's break down that later on, as now we're taking a look at our play of the game brought to you by Buenas. Gab Gomez, as you mentioned, we thought that he was going to shoot that ball, but he gave it up to CJ Katapusan. And now we're back with Mark Nonoy. Pero nangyayari naman talaga madalas yun, Wes, no? Sobrang bilis.
Oo,
Nakakalusot sa traveling.
parang hindi ko alam kung nag-travel siya at that time or hindi, pero the fact is this guy is so fast.
Yes. He was a track and field star back in his days. He was from Washington College in Iloilo. Doon din ang galing si James Yap, by the way. 13 points, 4 assists per game for Mark Nonoy. And that 73.5% free throw shooting is number 6 in the league among high-volume free throw shooters. Ahead of him is CJ Cancino at 76%, who's number 4 in the MPBL. 4-point advantage for the Davao Occidental Tigers, the Season 3 champions of the MPBL. That's an air ball for James Martinez.
Double high screen, and I think, you know, parang he was given that free shot at that split seconds, pero I think medyo madulas yung bola at that time.
2 minutes and 15. CJ Cancino going left. Remember, he has 3 fouls. Javilosa, no good. Offensive rebound. Mark Nonoy. Now he pulls up. And he got fouled.
And kung mapapansin mo, if you see that replay, when Mark Nonoy Mark Nonoy got that ball, Gwen Capasio and Cancino were asking for it, and I think they were for a split second na libre sila. But of course, you know, Mark Nonoy also is, you know, a scoring guard for this Iloilo squad.
This free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Those two were open at the left side because 2 players actually closed out on Mark Nonoy. 2 out of 2 for the former UST Growling Tiger turned De La Salle Green Archer. (61-59) under 2 minutes in the third. Kurt Lohera pushing over Nonoy, no call, no conversion. Rebound by CJ Katapusan. A chance to tie or get the lead if you're CJ Cancino and the rest of Iloilo. Screen by CJ Katapusan. That's Cancino giving it up to the big man. Mark Nonoy for the lead. Short. That's out of bounds in favor of Iloilo.
Hindi na pumasok yung three-pointer, but I like that play. The ball went in, stuck that defense. Libreng tira para kay Mark Nonoy. Hindi lang pumasok.
Mark Nonoy is no stranger to shooting three-pointers. I remember that was one of the biggest notes about him when he transferred to DLSU. He would really shoot the lights out in the UAAP. Although let's face it, in terms of percentages, it hasn't been the friendliest for Mark Nonoy in the past couple of years. Especially if you compare it to his percentage back in his high school days when he was with the USC Tiger Cubs. He was actually the runner-up to Kai Soto in the MVP race.
Wow, wow.
That was back in UAAP season 81. At syempre, nung time na yun, he would get more opportunities scoring in the paint.
Yeah. Nabibilib ako dun sa kagalingan ni Mark Nonoy, pero mas nabibilib ako dun sa knowledge na alam mo, Migs.
Well,
you know, with these players that, you know, we're covering right now, you know, from the high school to the college, now here in MPBL, you know, talagang it's a good testament that, you know, you love the sport and, you know, you love what you do.
Well, I have two.
And you're very good at it.
Thank you, Wesley. I have two responses to that, as the challenge is unsuccessful on the last touch by Dave Arana. Number one, it's good to be covering multiple leagues in Philippine basketball and even in other sports. And number two, wait till you find out what Mika Besamis knows about our players. Later on, we're looking forward to more of her reports as we're back with our action 61-59. Mark Nonoy, wow, what a pull-up. That's a highlight right there.
Ang taas ng talon, no? Ang bilis sa biglang huminto at ang taas ng tira niya. Paano mo babantayan yun?
Can't even blame the defender anymore.
Para magdadasal ka na lang.
Exactly. Arana, the pull-up, no good. Rebound, Mark Nonoy. Will he go coast to coast? Count the number of seconds. Oh, now he just stopped. Three-pointer. Back-to-back jumpers for Mark Nonoy. And now Iloilo has the advantage.
Wow. Mark Nonoy is very scary when he feels it, when he gets that confidence. Alam mo, talagang babanat itong batang to.
Now there's a charge called on the other end. It's called on Mark Sarangay. At 64-61, we have 35 seconds remaining before the end of the third. And Mark Nonoy already has 11 points, just 2 away from breaching his season average. Now it's Quinn Capasio being pushed by Dave Arana. That's gonna be a foul, Dave.
Kitang-kita from our angle, talagang hindi lang siya naka-armbar, talagang may kasamang tulak eh.
At ulit-ulit pa.
Oo, so talagang matatawagan ng foul. But you know, ang hindi pa maganda rito is Davao's already in the penalty. So, you know, another chance for Iloilo to extend this lead.
Quinn Capasio at the stripe, 50% from that area. So it's basically flip a coin for Gwyn. And there's Sir Jay Havelosa, the owner of the Iloilo United Royals, the father of Jay Havelosa, also a part of the roster of Iloilo. I usually get confused because one is Jay and the other is JJ. Yun lang ang difference ng pangalan nila. I think it's the player is Jay, the father is JJ. Yun ang alam ko ah.
Pero usually parang yun, di ba yung baliktad, di ba yung mas bata yung umuulit yung pangalan.
I admit that adds to the confusion. As now, you have Kurt Ojeda driving. This guy also moves pretty fast, by the way.
Yeah. Super athletic. I mean, you will see Lohera just easily dunking that ball in the warm-ups.
I want to see a showdown between him and Mark Nonoy in fast pace. First free throw converted by also a former Adamsonian in Kurt Lohera. 6 seconds remaining before the end of the third. 2 for 2 for Kurt. CJ Cancino returns. More offensive firepower in this last possession, potentially for Iloilo. Nonoy playing it quick. Behind the back, there's the pull-up off to the right. But isn't he entertaining Wesley Gonzalez?
Grabe. Parang ako yung na hindi ko alam kung paano ako uupo pag hawak-hawak ni Mark Nono yung bola.
But now we're seeing some highlights. RB Berjay, by the way, continues to be the leading scorer in this game with 13 points. Behind him is Mark Nonay with 11. But how about Tito? Bam Bam Gamalinda.
Bam Bam Gamalinda already with 3 3-pointers. But you know, we're just discussing Mark Nonoy, I'm in awe on how fast he is and how athletic he is.
This third quarter score is brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball ending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. Presenting our Suzuki muscular and sporty fan of the game. Just like the Avenus, do more and achieve more with a muscular and sporty scooter from Suzuki, the Avenus. Oras na para magmotor. This is Venice, a friend of Wesley Gonzalez. Am I right? Is he your friend or Mika Abisam is his friend?
I think Mika.
Okay.
Pero friends na kami ngayon. Ngayon pa lang friends na kami.
Napakilala ni Mika.
Maski hindi pa niya alam na friends na kami.
All right, we begin the fourth quarter. Thank you for joining us. You heard the names of the people I'm working with today. My name is Mix Clemens, by the way. And now we have our quarter scoring off of the steal by Iloilo.
Grabe, maganda yung pinakita nitong Iloilo with 27 big points against the Davao Occidental with 24. But as we were, mentioning a while ago, itong Davao's only averaging, allowing their opponents to average 16 points per quarter. Pero, they've given 27 points. So it's very uncharacteristic so far for this Davao Occidental.
Well, the tally right now is at 66 for Iloilo. That is the average points given up by Davao per game. At 66.3, they're the #1 defensive team in the MPBL. But again, this is the statement game, the ultimate statement game for the Iloilo United Royals, who still haven't won versus a team with a winning record. Foot race! Oh, Mark Nonay was just too fast for everybody. Now Consino will slow down, and then he attacked, getting that foul.
Very good intention for Mark Nonoy. Medyo hindi lang maganda or parang masyadong maaga yung pasa niya para dito kay CJ Consino. But he was still able to recover and got that foul. Yung pinag-uusapan natin kanina, Migs, you allowed 67 points already and you just only started this fourth quarter. And when you go back to watching the games, saan ba tayo nagkulang? Depensa.
Oh yeah.
So and that's ilang panalo na sila, 8 panalo na, 3 straight. If they win this 4 straight, they've been doing it with defense. But now, it's not going their way. But if you're an Iloilo fan, you'll be happy to see that they have the lead.
Well, my question is, with your point about defense, does it domino onto pace as Bam Bam Gamalinda just scored? Does a faster pace typically benefit that guy, Mark Nonoy, and the rest of Iloilo? And do you think that it has been the strategy for the Royals?
I think, yeah, because yung pabibilisin nila yung laro, nakita nila yung ang gusto ng Davao is, low-scoring ball game. So, I'm sure Coach MC knew about this. Coach Makua knows about this. So, talagang, I think they really put emphasis on that.
Okay, now let's have Mika Abisamis emphasize on something. Mika, go ahead.
You have been talking about RV Berjay. Well, he opted to roll with the punches in the last few losses, especially after he hurt his ankle and was out for weeks, no shooting, just watch Friends and The Office. He is slowly getting back, trying to do 5 mate shots from 5 spots after practice. But like I mentioned earlier, he is now focused on getting better at defense. The role Coach MC Abolucion would like to see. Yung gigil niya daw sa defense, which led to a lot of missed shots, dito na lang daw niya dadalhin sa defensive practice niya. Migs Wesley.
Okay, well now, RV's playing defense against June Manzo. Good to see him back off of that injury. You can see that his right knee is still bandaged as June Manzo misfires. At sa lagay na yan, Sa lagay na yan. Ang ganda na pinapakita niya ngayon, itong si RV Berjay.
And, I think, for this Iloilo squad, siya yung pinaka-consistent in this ball game.
Well, I think laughing a lot from Steve Carell, Jennifer Aniston, and the rest will really help you out if you're
your
RV
mental
Berjay.
state, especially kung talagang takam na takam ka maglaro, di ba? And as a player kasi it's very excruciating just to watch.
Yeah.
Di ba? Na parang you of course you wanna play. You wanna play. Pero pag nakikita mo may masakit sa'yo, hindi ka makalaro, nakakaingit yun.
At least he's able to bounce back quickly. Now we have a challenge for Coach MC Abolucion, who did ask for better defense from RV Berjay, but he did ask for overall great contribution from him. And offensively, at least, we could quantify that with his 13 points. He still is the leading scorer. Behind him are June Manzo with 12, Mark Nonoy has 11, and Tito Bambam Gamalinda also has 11. This is a tight one, 68 all. We did say, kanina first quarter pa lang, Wes, napag-usapan na natin this could be a dog fight.
Yeah. Saka nung pumasok yung second quarter na parang feeling natin lalayo na itong Davao Occidental, biglang bumalik itong Iloilo. So, tabla tayo nung natapos yung half, and we were expecting itong Davao Occidental in the third quarter bigla itong mag-iiba, but Iloilo's just here, getting that lead and just keeping in step against this Davao Occidental squad.
The challenge, by the way, was unsuccessful for the Iloilo United Royals. Let's see what happened in the previous sequence off of that rebounding play. That was last touch, apparently, by a Royal. Baseline, inbound. B-Boy Engyo. Up top to Bambam Gamalinda. Under 8.5 minutes to go. Two-man game. Bambam hopping. Short on his 3. Rebound, Jay Havelosa.
That was a good play by Manso and Gamalinda. Libre yung tira ni Bambam doon, hindi lang pumasok.
68 all. Mark Nonoy. On to the right. Jack Imperial. Back up. Now they go to the left. Clint Doliges opening at the middle. Doliges will score.
So far, Davao just employing that zone defense. Pero, good decision by Clint Doliges, just driving hard to the basket and getting that two-pointer.
70-68, Iloilo with the advantage. There's a foul called. That's on Clint Doliges as he was trying to deny Marco Lyon. Yeah, I've seen so many lead changes as of this point. The biggest leads were 6 and 7 respectively. Clint Doliges able to score down the middle. We're back with Bambam Gamalinda going left, spinning right, passing on to Olayon. 5 on the shot clock. Back to June Manzo. 2 seconds. Olayon has to fire. His three-pointer is way off, and that's a shot clock violation.
Good defense by Iloilo at that time. Hindi binigyan ng tsansa itong Davao para makatira.
So we're back with the Royals. Berjay continues to work with Clint Doliges, Shaq Imperial, Mark Nonoy, and CJ Katapusan. Playing defense are Marco Lyon, June Manzo, Chris Lalata on his first game back in the MPBL, Bambam Gamalinda, and also PH Tumalip. Nonoy wasn't fouled apparently. And off of that miss, we have Davao on the move. That's a foul by Imperial.
Good challenge by Lalata. Pero nagre-reklamo itong si Mark Nonoy na feeling niya na he was fouled.
Now we take a look at that step back shot by Bam Bam Gamalinda, and we have our lucky fan of the game brought to you by Buenas. I thought it was going to be you cheering on your friend here, Bam Bam Gamalinda. That's his first 2-pointer, by the way.
Yes, kasi puro 3-pointer kanina si Bam Bam.
6 out of his 9 shots came from downtown. Bam Bam is 4 out of 9 to be specific in terms of his efficiency. Sideline for June. Bounce pass onto TH Tumalip. He was fouled by Imperial. Third foul by Shaq.
And third team foul also for Iloilo. So both teams are in the have 3 fouls.
And 3 players have 3 fouls, by the way. It's Imperial with Cancino and Andrada. That's the most in terms of our tally for all the players. 6 on the shot clock. June Manzo onto Gamalinda. Back to June at the corner. Short. Great battle for the rebound, by the way. And there's a foul against Lalata. Well, Iloilo has controlled the boards. 39-28.
Kanina pa yan. Of course, with the offensive rebounds, I think malaking bagay yun. Malaking boost sa kanila yun, yung offensive rebounds nila.
Mark Nonoy attacking quickly. Tough spin. Short. Rebound to Malip. Now there's a foul on the other end. That CJ Katapusan called for it.
Good see by Lalata at that time. Miski parang alam mo yung kailangan mo lang i-pressure yung big man mo to defend you, and that's what Lalata did. Got a foul and 4 team out. Itong Iloilo only has 4 team fouls. Isa pang foul para mapunta sila sa penalty.
2-man game. June Manzo going left. 10 on the shot clock. Ighalo, that's a shot. Too strong. Rebound Doliguez. The tally still is 70-68. It's RV Berjay crossing against Lalata. Behind the back. RV still with the ball. Now he goes to Doliguez. 10 on the shot clock. Katapusan on the roll. And he scores.
Good roll. You know, good rotation by Lalata, but it was too late para naman dito kay Katapusan.
72-68. June Manzo. Going left. Manzo. That's a goaltend. Well, everything moved. The net, the board on that contest. So that's going to be an easy call for our referees against Clint Doliguez. Full court inbound. It's only a 2-point game. Under 5.5 minutes remaining. Doliguez onto the right. CJ Cancino. Back to Katapusan, and there was a foul. You have Dave Arana checking in. Palayan will take a breather. CJ Katapusan is at the stripe. And now let's hear from Mika again.
CJ Katapusan talked about how he is taking on the challenge of communicating with his teammates more, as we mentioned earlier. Introvert daw kasi siya in general. He just likes to listen to music. Travis Scott, to be specific. He used to play the guitar a lot to relax as well. But today, he has to play with the tune of this new lineup of Coach MC Abulucion to get better at his craft. Biggs Wesley.
Ganda ng delivery, no?
Galing nung ano eh. Ganda ng pasok ng tune eh. Para pag nagkatinginan tayo ron eh.
Nagulat ako, ba't siya nag-slow down?
galing, no? Ang galing talaga ng Ate Mix, no? Sa bagay, kung kunyari 30 years ko pa naman nagko-courtside reporter, talagang gagaling ka dyan.
Okay, ayun ang pambawi mo. Hindi ka
Hindi lang maganda. Hindi lang maganda. Magaling pa.
Okay, now Mika is with us right now. Mukhang babatukan niya muna si Wesley Gonzalez as we continue with our action, 73-70. Under 5 minutes to go, CJ Cancino, the pull-up and the make off the glass and in.
Wow, that's a tough shot. You know, ang hirap bantayan nun kung ikaw yung, yung bantay niya nasa harapan niya pero still, he was able to make that jumper.
75-70. This is relatively a big lead already. Terrence Tumalip could not answer back. And again, Iloilo is closing in to their biggest victory of the season. Can they actually pull through? Cancino working with Berger. Switch. CJ stepping back. A three-pointer. No good. Rebound for Tumalip. Up top to June Manzo. Screen by Lalata. They go to Arana. His three-pointer is no good. Rebound Lalata. That's his value. Sorry, miss.
Pero you see how he fought for that offensive rebound yung si Lalata, never giving up. Hindi lang niya na-shoot yung layup na yan.
75-70. 3.5 minutes remaining. Shaq Imperial. Where will he go? 6 seconds. The drive. Imperial turns around. No good. Offensive rebound. And there's the cleanup by CJ Katapusan.
Sakit nung sequence na yan for Davao. You know, Katapusan just coming out from nowhere, getting that offensive rebound. As you see, Imperial turning around, taking that shot. But Katapusan biglang sumulpot with that layup. And of course, a 7-point lead para dito sa Iloilo.
It was such a very unfortunate tap by DH Tumalip. 2 easy points for CJ Katapusan. And now, this is the biggest lead of the Royals in this matchup. Lindoligas in the previous game had 13 points in the fourth quarter, totaling 19 versus Imus. Well, in this game, he did start off slow. We didn't mention his hands weren't able to control the ball in the first half very well, but his numbers now are 11, 8, and 3. And more importantly, they have a 7-point advantage, and they just got the steal.
And another turnover para dito sa Davao coming off a timeout. You know, bad news for Davao is they're in the penalty. So every foul is, you know, 2 free throws. Well, both teams are in the penalty right now.
Which means the last 3 minutes could be very long for us.
Yes.
CJ Cancino, the best free throw shooter of Iloilo, is at the stripe. His average is at 76%. Iloilo is now at 16 out of 25. Medyo nabate ang free throw shooting ni CJ.
Pero you see that 16 to 5 free throws. Diba yung disparity between Iloilo and Davao. That's already 11-point difference dito para sa Davao.
Exactly. And the attempts, it's a plus 19 for Iloilo. June Manzo going left. There's a kick out. Kurt Lohera, his turn to drive. He leans in and misses. Ball tapped and recovered by Iloilo. Rebounding is still very much dominated by the Royals, 46-32. We're back with the guitar player, CJ Katapusan. Nice backdoor cut. Imperial fades. Way off. Counter. Lohera on the move. Lohera all the way. Basket and one.
Good control by Lohera. Akala ko parang yung momentum niya is just going straight, but he was still able to control that, make that layup, and a free throw para dito sa Davao.
This fast break of the game is brought to you by New Star, win to the max. James Harden loves to do that. Ibababa niya yung bola.
Ibababa niya yung bola. Yung depensa is very tempted to reach, in which Mark Nonoy did.
Free throw for Kurt Lohera. No good. It still is a 6-point game, but wow, that's a nice offensive rebound by Sarangay. Ighalo, 2 free throws again.
Marami pang pwedeng mangyari dito. Body language of Davao. You see the urgency talagang, they got that offensive rebound. Ighalo driving hard to the basket, and then, another chance for them to cut the lead down.
First one is good for Kenneth Ighalo. Davao is now, let's check the numbers, 6 out of 9 from the stripe. And Ighalo, in terms of shooting free throws in this game, as he makes 2 out of 2. That's his total. That's his first trip at the stripe. That's 8 points for the engineer. Almost a steal. Nonoy with an opening. Mark Nonoy pulls up and scores.
Parang hindi ko alam, biglang nandun na kaagad si Nonoy.
These last 2 minutes are brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball ending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. 80-74, Kurt Lohera. Back to Ighalo, 6 on the shot clock. Good swipe. Recovery for Davao, but that's a steal.
Ilang muntik ng agaw yan for Davao, and eventually naagaw kaagad nito, naagaw ulit ng Iloilo. So 2 free throws, turnover, then 2 free throws para sa Iloilo.
Mark Nonoy, by the way, is number 7 in the league in steals at 2.1 per game. So that time around, it paid off once again for him as he proceeds to the stripe. That was steal number 2 for Mark Nonoy in this game as well. The first free throw is good. Bounces in for Mark. (81-74). Iloilo hasn't beaten a team outside of the 3 worst teams that we have in the MPBL. I can only imagine what this would mean for them. Ighalo drives. That's a layup.
Still a long way to go. 5-point lead para dito sa Iloilo. A minute and a half remaining.
Mark Nonoy working with RB Berjay. Nonoy is feeding it, by the way. He will shoot, but he will miss. Rebound Manzo. 3-on-3 action. June Manzo all the way. Missed layup. Iloilo can slow down. Katapusan. Double team. Now he goes to Cancino. CJ was hit on the face. Coach Bakuan asking for the referees to blow their whistles. I wonder if a call would actually be garnered by this review. Pwede pa ba yun?
Hindi ko nga alam kung pwedeng itawagan yun, because usually they would wait for that dead ball, or for an instance bago sila tumawag ng parang it's not called an injury timeout eh.
Yeah. Ano siya? Officials timeout lang yun eh. But remember Oreta, our head of basketball operations, is signaling something to us right now. Dumaplis ang kamay ni Mark Olayon sa muka ni CJ Katapusan. Obviously, that wasn't the intention by Mark, but it was significant enough for Katapusan to go down. Usually, what happens is they would let Katapusan recover at mag-inbound lang.
Yes. So in that instance, are they going to be assessed a timeout? or no?
Ang Iloilo?
Yes.
Usually no. It's gonna be an official's timeout. But our referees are looking at other angles. Let's see if they can find something that we did not witness in that previous replay. There's the guitar player himself, CJ Katupusan, finding the right tune, especially in the fourth quarter.
Very good.
Siyempre, kailangan natin pantayan ng courtside reporter natin.
Oo, ibang klase. Grabe.
CJ, sorry Wesley.
Go ahead.
To focus on his numbers, he has 9 points and 4 rebounds. In the first half, let's do the differential here. 2 points and 0 rebounds. So, nag-iba ang laro niya. The
second half, yeah, it's a very big addition para dito sa Iloilo. 47 seconds left, 5-point lead, bola ng Iloilo. Everything going well for Iloilo so far. Will this be, win number 4 and first big fish to catch here in the MPBL?
Mark Nonoy, nice move. 2 free throws.
And Mark Nonoy is a very good free throw shooter para dito sa ating MPBL season.
Again, his average is at 74%. He's 5 out of 8 so far in this game. He's a step back from the free throw line. That works enough for him. And there's JJ Havelosa, the team owner of the Iloilo United Royals, at the edge of his seat, I presume. He did mention this could be their first big win. And it's just so poetic for it to happen against Coach Manu Inigo.
Yes, kanina yun yung isa sa mga stories na pinag-uusapan natin. Of course, Coach Manu Inigo came from Iloilo wanting to beat itong former team niya. But so far, itong the Davao is really not playing to its character.
We'll give the counter argument for that later on. Right now, we have a timeout. RV Berjay has been very consistent in this game. 13 points, 8 rebounds, and he's off of an injury, by the way. So nag-pay off po ang kanyang panonood ng Friends at ng The Office. It has calmed him down. It has stabilized his mental aspect. But now, as they try to play good defense, Kenneth Ighalo was able to score. And here's the counter argument. We've said that there's a lot of motivation in this game for Coach Manu Inigo and the rest of Davao Occidental to beat Iloilo. They're down by 5 points. The motivation is there. And again, let's remind everybody, a miracle has already happened for Davao in this season.
Yes.
That comeback versus the Bataan Risers, including the miracle shot from 3/4 of the court by June Manzo. It happened to their side, to their favor. So I'm sure itong 5-point disadvantage na yan, para sa kanila, very possible for yan.
Very possible. I agree with you. Mahaba pa to. I mean we've seen far greater, instances or far harder instances for other teams, pero they were still able to come back. So this is not a new thing for us to see if ever it happens.
We would always argue, pag ganito, 30 seconds, Tracy McGrady.
Yes.
Pag 6 seconds, Reggie Miller.
Oh, yeah.
Marami pang pwede mangyari.
Grabe yun, no? And, and these guys are very capable.
83-78, sideline inbound for CJ Cancino. He goes to CJ Katapusan. Back to Cancino. Up top to Mark Nonoy. That's a foul by Olayon. But it was rather a hard swipe. Nonoy went flying.
Will the refs call, a regular foul or? But I think this is a regular foul.
Well, to my memory, Nonoy was about to move right at medyo may patalon pa siyang movement doon. Kaya nung nag-swipe si Olayon, napatalsik siya.
Saka yung momentum kasi niya nandun na yung momentum niya. So, pinigil ni Olayon. Of course, sa bilis nitong si Mark Nonoy.
Alright, so our referees are reviewing that previous sequence. That is their right after all, especially in the last 2 minutes. It's only reviews for them. And there's Mark Nonoy, who has had such a nice second half. If we argue the nice second half of CJ Katapusan, paano pa kaya si Mark Nonoy? He only had 2 points in the first 2 quarters. He's up to 16 now.
Yes. And kanina parang, di ba we mentioned kanina parang masakit yung ulo niya as we see the replay of what really happened there. Well, Mark Olayon wanted to go for the ball, but Mark Nonoy is just too fast. Sobrang bilis niya, nauunahan niya yung anino niya.
Now Mark Nonoy is at the stripe, converting on his first gimme. He's 8 out of 11 now from the free throw line, so that would improve his percentage for the season. Make it 9 out of 12. That's 75% to be exact. 85-78, Kurt Lohera, a 2-pointer. No good. Offensive rebound. No putback. Another chance. Good tap by Cancino. And that's a steal completed by Davao. There's the lob to Olayon, who misses again. Oh, just very unfortunate for the Tigers.
Slowly, this is slipping away from the Davao Occidental squad. Parang, if they had converted on those tries, maybe may chance pa. And as Mark Olayon airballed his first free throw.
I did say shooting has been a big challenge for him in his career. He's been working on it, but maybe a bit more progress for Mark.
And of course, yung absence nitong si Art De La Cruz is not playing for them. Malaking bagay yan. Kelly Nabong also is not playing for Davao. So these 2 players, malaki yung contribution yan. And if you're Iloilo, you want to take advantage of the absence of these players.
But off of that previous sequence, the free throws by Mark Olayon, Davao will get possession once more. As the ball went out of bounds to their favor, but now they just threw it away. Shaq Imperial lobbing it up, 5 seconds to go. Olayon will fire, no good, and that's gonna do it. The Iloilo United Royals score their biggest victory of the season. Davao is the first team with a winning record that they win against.
Malaking bagay ito for Iloilo. Very good confidence booster. As a young team, you can take these, more experienced lineup of Davao Occidental. So, it's just a matter of time for them to show that the game that they can really play in this league.
So could this be it? Could this finally be the time for Coach MC Abolucion to be confident enough to feel that his players have settled down in the MPBL, as we are a third of the season done in our 6th campaign? Our best player of the game, brought to you by Buenas, is the guy who scored a ton in the second half, 16 in total in the second half and 18 in the game for Mark Nonoy.
Bagay, Nonoy just showing us that he can really play in this league.
His final score is brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball ending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending GameX. Now we turn you over to Mika Abesamis.
Our Buenas player of this game ay walang iba kung hindi si Mark Nonoy. Mark, super big game para sa inyo. We talked about yung efforts nyo coming into this game, getting a big fish. At grabe, parang wala talagang kayang humabol sa'yo sa lahat ng pinakita mo ngayong araw na to with 18 points.
First, nagpapasalamat ako sa coaches. Then, syempre, yung struggle namin, unti-unti na namin nakukuha. yung mga past few games namin, nagsastruggle talaga kami. So, sinagana lang namin talaga na every practice gagawin namin yung tama. And then, credits din sa mga coaches na hindi sumusuko para sa team namin.
Yan nga ang gusto kong itanong sa'yo na susunod. Ano? Your last 2 games, ang ganda ng effort nyo at ang ganda rin talaga ng mga resulta. Pero may isa pa kayong big fish na haharapin sa next game, ang South Cotabato. Anong nasa isip mo?
Siguro kailangan namin talaga pagandaan. Siyempre ngayon, siyempre celebrate namin. Pero in the next day, kailangan talaga namin pagandaan yung mga parating na laban namin.
Meron ka ba mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan, Mark?
Una-una, binabati ko. Maraming salamat sa Senator Manny Pacquiao sa liga na to and then sa opportunity na paglaro po ako dito. And then sa Bagong Kalibo, then sa Game Exports. And shoutout din pala sa bayan namin yung nasa lanta ng Mayon Volcano Eruption. Doon kasi sa bayan namin talaga mismo yun. I hope sana yung mga tao doon safe sila lahat, lalo na yung family ko. Then gusto ko lang batiin yung mga sumusuporta sa Iloilo, BBC family, family ko dan sa Negros, and pasalamat ako kay Boss JJ and Boss J sa opportunity na binigay sa akin and then sa team na nandito ako ngayon.
Prayers, of course, to those people, especially to your family, Mark. Our buenas player of this game is Mark Nonoy. Balik sa inyo, Migs and Wesley.
Thank you, Mika. Best wishes to all the kababayans of Mark Nonoy. But then again, Mika brought up the big fish, South Cotabato, in the next game of Iloilo. After that, they will take on Manila. That includes Greg Slaughter, and then it's Quezon Province on June 25. So it's going to be one heck of a schedule for the United Royals. Up next, we have the Batangas Rum Masters taking on the Mindoro Tamaraos here inside the Inares Sports Arena. Thank you for joining us in our first game. For Mika Abisamis and Wesley Gonzalez, my name is Mix Gomez at magbabalik pa po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.